stay sellers and break. Wanna try to get from drug race and pen sketching out the accomplishments. Really finding this, that's why I'd rather go broke than dick ride for ain't cold sign. My heart break hope. Fuck a think piece. They wanna dance close. My man's low, so the toast for the plan though. Spit on any loop break banjo. As long as one go to four, I'ma jam though. Long as money gets stacked, I'ma stand close. They wanna rap about pants, but they dance low. You wasn't with me junior high in the band though. Skipping school to serve AIDS. I had a little plan though. Where we at?
Stage name is Brainorchestra, from Elizabeth, New Jersey, and I am a producer, rapper, vinyl collector, music lover, man. That's it. You know what I mean? The way I would describe, I guess, my music or overall sound to somebody who has never heard my music before, the easiest way to put it is experimental, 90s inspired production with just new flair. Like I feel like people like myself and a lot of other producers out here that are just shaping sound differently. Like we keeping a sound alive while bringing a certain level of experimentation that helps us stand out and be within this kind of era of music. So it's like a mix of old and new. And that's the best way I could describe it to somebody. Yeah, I feel like the 90s style, I mean, and again, this is like kind of like blanket term, but the 90s style resonates with my stuff because of like break beats and digging. You know, those two things were such a pivotal practice within that era. When you do like your research, it's like producers were finding breaks and finding samples and doing things no one has heard or given their understanding of what they're hearing. So I always bring it back to that because I love breaks and I love finding crazy samples. So it's like it would be like a disservice not to always shed light on what inspired me and what came before me, because it's obvious in the sound, but yeah, it's the breaks and the samples, man. Like those two things for sure. A common theme within my music, again, there's just a lot of open experimentation, and I like to take samples and create like a space, like, cause I'll hear something and it puts me in a space. Like I feel like I'm here. I feel like I'm on a mountain. I feel like I'm in a spaceship. Like these are like ways that we like communicate in the studio where amongst artists, like, yo, this joint feel like I'm in a car going 100,000. So I think like imagination is like a theme. Like I want people to hear my stuff and just put themselves like wherever it kind of makes them feel like they're at, and build a world from that. Because a lot of the instrumental work is like that, like listen to Madlib and Dilla and cats like that. They were creating things within the beats that made you feel like you were somewhere, like doing something or experiencing something, and you don't need words all the time to do that. So that's, I think just being imaginative while listening is a theme that I like to keep. I want people to think when they're listening to this, So some things that I do to keep inspired and keep myself in my practice is, basic, just listening to a lot of different music outside of what I create, daily conversations with people and experiences. I think those are some of the two things that keep me going, like hearing things and generating ideas and getting inspired by things that I've never heard before. And life, and that's cliche, it's cliche to say that sometimes, but like if I'm like, I love people watching, I love like all that. I love seeing like the characteristics of just humans and how they react to things in general, and that stuff always inspires me because that shapes our understanding of the things around us, like what we experience, how we view people. That stuff keeps me on my toes. Like it keeps me always just thinking about how I make decisions or how I think of stuff, and that in turn just inspires me to like pen it or put it in a beat. And food, eating food, because I feel like that's such a basic thing, but the fact that food is like just as experimental as any art form to me. And outside of music, I work in kitchens and serve food. Like, that's something I've done. And other than music, it's like a second love of mine. So like, when I could experience a dish and see where the chef is coming from, like, that's like just a crazy, wild way of inspiration for me. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I view like chefs as artists. You know, they doing things and it's multiple senses getting taken care of with food, and it brings you places and shit. So that stuff, like, I'm always like eating and trying new things to, like, you know what I mean, just like to stay active in my mind. Like, it's one of those things. Well, first and foremost, vinyl within my process is important because, like, as a producer, again, like, I bring back, you know, the 90s. I'm born in 95, so I was hearing all that. I got an older brother. I was hearing all that stuff. And being a producer, like, I feel like every producer should be buying vinyl. Like, if you're a sample-based dude, like, you gotta buy records. Like, that's just what I've learned and always felt like, if I'm gonna be in this practice, like, I gotta do my research and see how we got here. Because, you know what I mean? Records shape that. Like, they show you the development of music and how it inspires us to just find certain things. That's why all our favorite producers had a sound. Because they went out their way to, like, study and be like, yo, I like this type of sound. I like this type of record, this type of genre, and they shaped it around that. That's the main thing, is that it's a part of the practice, and I think it's just something that I've grown to really love doing. And just finding music, it's like, I just like having things in my collection that otherwise would have just been sitting somewhere. That's why I put my stuff on vinyl, because I'll get a DM from some random dude in Europe, like, yo, I just bought this record, yo, this shit is crazy. And it's like, damn, that's what it's about. It's like, you're eventually gonna be in someone's collection. They're gonna find you the same way I'm finding samples or whatever the case may be. So it's like, it's that cycle. We're just keeping it going, because this is what keeps music alive. Like, without physical media, like, all of this stuff would have got forgotten, man. That's how I really feel. Like, if physical vinyl and tapes ain't exist, like, we would not be where we at. So I'm trying to keep that alive, man. That's really what it's about. My upbringing has shaped a lot of who I am as an artist, because of just the environment I lived in. Like, Elizabeth is a very, like, historical city, and just is a melting pot of culture and, like, people. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to, like, public school out here, you're around all types of folks. Everybody's listening to all types of different music and just dressed in all types of different ways, and and then it's a mix of, like, semi-city lifestyle. Like, it's not New York, but we have, like, downtown strip, like, all that, main train station, all that. So when you're outside, you're just experiencing so much from all angles of the world in, like, this little pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this city, you experiencing so much of the world without actually having to, like, go places. That just develops your brain a little different. I feel like I was blessed to be raised in a city like Elizabeth, because I was around all types of people, and we was all just in the same boat. A message that I would give to the world is just keep creating, keep putting music out, keep putting your art out there, keep sharing it with your friends and strangers, and post it all the time, like, because that's what's gonna keep us just going out here. Like, believe in yourself and post your art, because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be doing half of the stuff that I've been able to do. Like, just posting my music up, posting a video up, you know what I mean? Like, these things, like, just help with your development. It help with the community just building continuously, because everybody's just putting dope stuff out, man. And the main thing is creating and putting it out. Mainly creating. If you want to put it out, go ahead, but just create. Keep that engine going. Some things you can see next for me is a lot of Patreon forward content and just video ideas I've been working on for my Patreon community. For those who don't know, got a Patreon, been posting vinyl records that I dig, instrumentals I make, music, projects. And now we're slowly developing into like video content, you know what I mean? Digging, excursions, you know what I mean? Shows, breakdowns on albums, like we're gonna be doing all that. And just more music, more dope music, man. I got a lot of really dope tunes that's just been sitting on ice that I'm ready to finally like put out. Peace, it's your boy Brainorchestra, and you now tuned in to Offstage with Okayplayer.